xTool F1 cleaning series. How to clean the rear extraction fan. So I'm going to give you a before shot here. You're going to see exactly how dirty this fan gets. So this is where all of the engraving kind of dust and metal and wood, smoke, it all gets pushed through this filter and it can get really, really dirty. So we need to give it probably a monthly clean to make sure that it doesn't break the machine in the long run. So as you can see in the rear here, it's quite dirty really. I mean, I've done mine about a month ago. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a posi or a Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 screws on the back. And as you can see, they don't need much turning really to get them off. And then we're going to pull it out very gently, retaining all 4 screws in there. We definitely don't want to lose those. And you're going to see the first glimpse of how dirty this thing can get, and mine's pretty filthy. So you'll see that the fan is now sat in there by itself. There are no screws holding it in place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the fan very gently because it's held in by a wire. And that wire is held in place by a Molex connector, which we need to remove. So push the retaining pin and pull it upwards and it will just come straight out like you can see there. And the fan, just the same as the rear cover, is absolutely filthy. So let me show you what this looks like internally. It's disgusting really, but that's what you'd expect when you're actually engraving stuff. And this is why we need to clean it. We're going to get our vacuum cleaner in there and we're going to give it a very gentle but a thorough clean. We're going to try and get any loose particles and remove them. This is pretty important before we do the next step because we don't want dust flying everywhere. So yeah, you can see me getting into every nook and cranny. Then I'm going to use a air compressor gun with a brush attachment to actually blow away any loose particles and also just dislodge any tough dust. This was really effective and did a really great job, and it just ensures that you're getting as much dust off as you can, because it can build up in the long run, and ultimately that's when components will start getting damaged on those motherboards. So we need to be really, really thorough and just get rid of them all. And you can see that happening right here. So now I'm going to get a nice non-lint cloth and just get in there and gently, and I do emphasize the fact gently, just brush off any loose dust off of any components. And it's looking great in there now. So we'll move on to the fan and the rear cover, and we'll use the dust extractor gun as well with the brush attachment. We're going to get in there and give it a thorough clean and blow, and it gets so much off just doing this. This is before we've even cleaned it with a cloth. So we'll move on to the cloth now. I've sprayed it with 99% IPA and I'm giving it a good clean. You can see how filthy this cloth is getting as I'm doing it. Absolutely caked in dust and extraction. So now we're going to put the fan back in. You want the label facing out towards you, but first of all, put the connector back in as I've just done there. Now, offer it in place, as you can see. Then take the cover, push it into the cutout, and then we want to put all 4 screws back in. So we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and do that again. I've sped this up just so you don't get bored watching me do it. It looks pretty cool sped up. And then we are going to see that it's on there looking good. And look how clean that is. Compared to the before, that is spotless, and I'm really, really happy with that. So we need to put our rear duct back on. So we're going to push it in place. And that's it. We're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and there'll be lots more to come. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.